I wrote an article recently for the Rodale Institute, and in it I proposed that not only should we be eating more family dinners, because there's so much research that supports why that's so important, and I'll get to that in a minute, but perhaps in order to lead to those family dinners, we should shift our focus away from those because sometimes it can become overwhelming and like just another chore in a busy day, and shift our focus instead to the grace that is said before we sit down to eat. And grace doesn't have to be a super religious thing if that's not your jive. But as I think back to my childhood, there were two very important things that happened at the end of nearly every single day. And those were both took place around the dinner table. They were the meal that we ate as a family and the grace that we said before we started to eat. And here's why I think that's important. Grace not only says thank you for the food and all that stuff, but it acknowledges what's about to come and what came before in order to get you to the point of sitting down around the table eating it. The farmer grew the food, someone packaged some of the foods, and someone prepared and cooked the food that you're about to eat. So let's acknowledge that. And if we focus on that, what will follow is a meal eaten as a family. And here's where the research is really compelling. We have learned that families who eat together, the children are healthier and less likely to become overweight or obese. They talk more with their parents, and so parents are more likely to hear about a serious problem going on in that child's life. Kids feel more proud. They feel like their parents are more proud of them. There's less tension in that family home. And these kids are also more likely to steer clear of cigarettes, alcohol, marijuana, other illicit drugs, and also prescription drugs. It's also a fantastic way to pass down family traditions, particularly if the grandparent generation is involved. So the question is, how do we make this a reality without it stressing us out? First off, set a goal. Maybe 5 to 10 meals per week. And it doesn't just have to be dinner. Sometimes dinner is the hardest meal to do as a family. With little kids who eat early, parents who get home later, it can be really difficult. So maybe it's breakfast. Maybe breakfast is the meal that you can eat together as a family instead. Set a goal of 5 to 10 meals per week. Then stock your kitchen with simple, quick foods. Eggs. Eggs are perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They do not have to stay at the breakfast table. Produce, make sure you have good produce on hand. Steam some broccoli, serve it with butter, serve it with hummus. Chicken pieces that you can quickly throw in the oven, the fixings for pizza, whatever your quick foods are, make sure you have those on hand so that the creation of the dinner isn't stressful also. Remember that getting carry-out, takeout, delivery is totally fine. The idea is not necessarily preparing the food, but it's the sitting down eating of it together. Set some parameters. No technology at dinner. That means no answering cell phones, no texting, no TV during dinner. And then start by saying a quick little word of grace, some thanks for the food, thanks for the work that went into creating the food, and then eat that meal. Really, what we're focused on is creating healthier families, and this, the studies show, will help with that.